Hello class, this is the fourth part of animal tissue in which I will discuss connective tissues. We had already discussed about other three types of animal tissues. They were epithelial tissues, muscular tissues and nervous tissues. Now we will discuss in this video the fourth and the last type of animal tissues, that is connective tissues. Connective tissue join different parts of the body. The main function of the connective tissue is to join the parts of the body, and it provides support also, gives support also. And if there is space between various organs, that space is filled with connective tissues. Clear, children? Between the two organs, if there is a space, that space is filled with connective tissues. Connective tissue is totally different from other tissues because it has cells that are separated from each other. In this type of tissue, there is no the cells are not bind together. There are separation between the cells, and the space which is present between the cells, that space is filled with intercellular substances, and these substances produce or form matrix or ground substance. Clear? Intercellular substances form the matrix or ground substance. You can see that, children, that cells are living and matrix non-living. So the living cells produce the non-living matrix. If this matrix is present in blood, it is present in liquid form or fluid form. If it is present in connective tissue proper, then it will be in semi-solid form. And if it is present in bone, then this matrix will be in solid form. Depending upon its structure and functions, connective tissue is of three types. These three tissues are connective tissue proper, skeletal tissue and fluid connective tissue. Connective tissue divided into three types: connective tissue proper, skeletal tissue, fluid connective tissue. Let's discuss connective tissue proper. The main function of connective tissue proper is to connect various parts of the body. This tissue connects one bone to another bone, muscles to bones, and gives support also by filling up spaces between the organs. If there is a space between the organs, that space is filled by this tissue, connective tissue proper. Connective tissue proper is again divided into different types. The first one is areolar tissue. Second one is yellow fibrous tissue or ligaments. Third type is white fibrous tissue or tendons. And the fourth one is adipose tissue. Let's discuss one by one all these tissues. Areolar tissue. Areolar tissue is widely distributed connective tissue in the animal body. Most widely distributed connective tissue in the animal body is areolar tissue. Now let's see the functions of areolar tissues. This tissue forms a continuous layer under the skin. Clear, children? This tissue forms a continuous layer under the skin. Second function is binding the skin with the underlying organs. It binds the skin with underlying organs. Third one is same. If there is a space between various organs, this tissue fills that space. And the fourth one is it acts as a packing material around the organs. If it is filled that space, then it acts like a packing material around the organs. Did you see or did you notice when we buy glasses or cups from the shop, the shopkeepers fill that space which are present between the glasses or cups. When we keep glasses or cups in the box, there is space between the cups and glasses. If you are taking 6 glasses or 4 glasses, so space will be there between the glasses. So the shopkeeper fills that space with newspaper or something else to protect it from getting damage. Clear? So that newspaper acts as a packing material around the glasses. Same way, areolar tissue is also acts as a packing material around the organs. Next one is yellow fibrous tissue. Yellow fibrous tissue found in the ligaments. Ligaments join one bone to another bone. Clear? So yellow fibrous tissue is present in this ligament only, which join one bone to another, and it is present also in walls of the arteries in which oxygenated blood is flowing. Okay, so yellow fibrous tissue present in ligaments and walls of the arteries. This tissue, yellow fibrous tissue, has great strength, but what about its flexibility? It is limited. It is not so flexible. Is it clear? And the main function is to connect one bone to another. Bone. This is the figure of knee joint. In front of you, there is the figure of knee joint. In this figure, you can see ligament. This is ligament. Clear? This ligament join one bone to another bone. Clear, children? This ligament join these two bones. Next, white fibrous tissue. This tissue is found in the tendons. This tissue, white fibrous tissue, found in the tendons. And what is the role of the tendons? Tendons connect muscles to the bones. I told you about yellow fibrous tissue that is present in ligaments which connect one bone to another bone. But what about tendons? White fibrous tissue present in tendons which connect muscles to the bones. This tissue has considerable strength and high elasticity. Yellow fibrous tissue has limited flexibility and white fibrous tissue has high elasticity. See the position of tendon in knee joint. You can see that tendon, this one is tendon which join muscles to the bone. This side bone is there and another side muscles. So tendon join muscles to bones. Clear, children? Ligaments join bone to bone and tendons join muscles to bone. The fourth one is adipose tissue. This tissue located beneath the skin. Beneath the skin means under the skin. It also found around the internal organs. This tissue present around the internal organs. Now let's see the functions of this adipose tissue. Adipose tissue store energy in the form of fat. Is it clear? They store energy and that energy is stored in the form of fat. This tissue cushions and insulates the body. Insulates means if any body is acts like an insulator, it means it holds heat within the body. Therefore, due to this, our body organs and tissues maintain the heat they need to function properly. Clear, children? And the last, it provides protective padding. Padding means pad-like structure. It acts like a pad-like structure which protect the organs. This is the figure of adipose tissue which is given in your book. You can see in the diagram fat cells. Already I explained that the main function of the adipose tissue is to store energy in the form of fat. So from this fat only our body get energy when there is need. After connective tissue proper, now we will discuss skeletal tissue, which is the second type of connective tissue. Skeletal tissue is the solid connective tissues. Solid. It provides support to the body. Skeletal tissue provides support to the body. It forms the endoskeleton or internal skeleton of vertebrates. Endoskeleton or internal skeleton means inside our body bones and cartilage are present. That is only endoskeleton. Skeletal tissue is of two types. The first one is cartilage and the second one is bone. Now we will discuss about cartilage and bone. Cartilage consists of a ground substance called matrix. A type of substance present between the cell, that is known as matrix, and this matrix contains cartilage cells. Clear, children? Cells which is present in the matrix is known as cartilage cells. Cartilage is very highly elastic and less hard than the bones. Bones, you know that bones are very hard. So cartilage is less hard than the bones. Bones are more harder. Cartilage makes the tissue flexible. Due to the presence of cartilage tissue, the parts in which it is present will be flexible. Cartilage protects the bones from shocks. Clear, children? If any shock will be there towards bones, this cartilage will absorb that shocks. So cartilage protects the bones from shocks. Now we will see the parts in which cartilage is present in our body. It present in the windpipe. Windpipe is the air passes from the throat to the lungs. Through windpipe only air passes to the lungs. And it is also present at the end of the bones of forelimbs and hind limbs. Do you know, children, forelimbs or hind limbs? Forelimbs are those limbs that are found in the front part of an animal's body, which would be our arms. And hind limbs are those which found in back part of the body, which are our legs. So cartilage present at the end of the bones, which is bones which are present in forelimbs and hind limbs. It reduces the friction between bones. If it is present, then there will be no friction between the bones. So it reduces the friction. It is also present at the tip of nose and the external ear. At the tip of nose and external ear, this cartilage is present. This is the diagram of cartilage. This A1 is the TS of cartilage and the B1 is cartilage cell, magnified cartilage cell. Clear, children? In this diagram you can see nucleus which is present in the cell, and this is matrix. I explained about matrix, a substance which is present between the cells. Clear? So you can see between the cells a type of substance is present which is known as matrix. You can see lacunae also. Lacunae are small spaces in which cells are located. Clear? Lacunae is this one. Are small spaces. Lacunae are small spaces in which cells are located. The next type of skeletal tissue is bones. The first one was cartilage and the second one is bones. Bones are hard tissue, hard and harder than the cartilage. Clear, children? Bones are hard tissue and it is harder than the cartilage. In this type of tissue, cells which is present in ground substance or matrix is called osteocytes. Clear? In bones, the cells which are present in matrix is called osteocytes, and these osteocytes make the bones strong and hard. What is the role of osteocytes? It makes the bones strong and hard, and it is present in the matrix of bones. When we see the structure of mammalian, TS of mammalian bone in front of you, this is the structure of TS of mammalian bone. We see that in this, matrix is arranged in the form of concentric layer. You can see, children. Matrix is arranged in the form of concentric layers around a central canal, and then it is known as Haversian canal. Clear, children? In our body, long bones are present in legs also, arms also. So in long bones, there is a cavity, and that cavity is filled with bone marrow. Clear, children? A long bone has a hollow cavity which is filled with bone marrow, and red blood cells and white blood cells are formed in the bone marrow only. Clear? So bone marrow is very important for our body. It is an important part of our body. Why? Because in this only red blood cells and white blood cells are produced. Bones support the body and help in the movement of the body parts. You already know that with the help of bones only we can move our body parts. The third type of connective tissue is fluid connective tissue. This is the third one. The first one and second one, connective tissue proper and skeletal tissue, already we have discussed. Now the third and the last one is fluid connective tissue. Fluid connective tissue is divided into two types, blood and lymph. Fluid connective tissue is divided into two types. The first one is blood and the second one is lymph. Let's see each one separately. Fluid connective tissue is of two types, blood and lymph. First we will discuss about blood. Blood consists of a straw colored liquid matrix. In blood, matrix is present in the form of liquid. So that is known as plasma. That straw colored fluid matrix is called plasma. And in plasma there are three types of cells present. The first one is red blood cells, or class, this is misprinting, OR, or erythrocytes. The other name of red blood cell is erythrocytes. Red blood cells are the most abundant component of the blood, and the main function of this red blood cell to carry oxygen and carbon dioxide to and from various parts of the body to the lungs. Red blood cells are produced in the bone marrow, which I have already told you. The second one is white blood cells, or the other name of white blood cell is leukocytes. These cells provide protection from foreign bodies. Foreign bodies means bacteria, virus, and so on. So white blood cells protect our body from foreign bodies. And the third one is blood platelets or thrombocytes. Blood platelets is also known as thrombocytes. These cells help in the clotting of blood. If there is any wound or cut in our finger or any other body parts, then due to the blood platelets, blood stops to flow. There is clotting. The second type of fluid connective tissue is lymph. Lymph is just like a blood, but some differences are there. It is a blood without the red blood cells. There in lymph there is no red blood cell. That is the difference between lymph and blood. In blood, red blood cells are present, but in lymph there is no red blood cells. Lymph surrounds the body cells. It is around the body cells, and the main function of lymph is just like a white blood cells, that is to protect the body against infection. You can see the diagram of red blood cells, white blood cells, and blood platelets. At last we will see the differences between plant tissues and animal tissues. Class, this is given in your book also, so you can see from there. You know that plants cannot move. Plants are fixed, so they need supportive tissues which can provide mechanical and structural strength. Clear, children? Plants cannot move, so they need supportive tissues which can give support and provide mechanical and structural strength. What about animal tissues? You know that animals move from one place to another place in search of food, shelter, and so on. Therefore, they need muscular and other tissues. Muscles help in movement. Next is, most of the plant tissues are dead on maturity. They do not need energy. Plants do not need more energy. So most of the plant tissues are dead on maturity, which we have already explained. We have already discussed. Animals contain living tissues because living tissues help them to move and utilize energy. The last point, that plants show growth in certain regions throughout their life. Class, plants grow throughout their life, but animals cannot. Animals grow to an age after which the growth stops. Clear? So plant tissues are classified as meristematic and permanent tissues. Already we had discussed. Animal tissues, when we will see animals growth, there is no demarcation of dividing and non-dividing regions in that.